What if the next crisis is already on its way and your supply chain is not ready? From pandemics to geopolitical tensions, from cyber attacks to climate events, disruptions are no longer rare. They're the new normal. Companies that only aim to survive will keep struggling. The real question is, how can supply chains adapt, improve, and even thrive in the face of uncertainty? That's where resilience and anti-fragility come in. Fragile systems break under stress. They shatter. Robust systems endure stress without changing. They resist. Resilient systems bend but recover. They bounce back. Anti-fragile systems go a step further. They actually get stronger when exposed to shocks. Imagine a system that improves through volatility. That's the power of antifragility, a concept introduced by Nassim Taleb that fundamentally changes how we should build our supply chains. Today's supply chains face an evolving risk landscape. Supplier risks include over-reliance on single or geographically concentrated vendors. Geopolitical tensions can trigger trade restrictions or sanctions overnight. Demand volatility is increasing, driven by unpredictable consumer behavior. Operational risks such as transportation breakdowns, extreme weather events, and labor shortages can halt production. Then we have technological risks, system failures, data breaches, ransomware attacks. All these risks are interconnected. A disruption in one area can ripple across the entire value chain. We've seen it happen. When the Ever Given ship blocked the Suez Canal, billions of dollars in goods were delayed. During COVID-19, factories shut down, ports closed, and medical supply chains collapsed. The global chip shortage crippled car production and electronics manufacturing for months. These events were not just inconvenient, they exposed deep vulnerabilities in how global supply chains are structured. You can't manage what you don't understand. Start by identifying potential risks across your network. Map your supply chain end to end, from raw materials to delivery. Use a probability versus impact matrix to prioritize threats. Apply FMEA, failure mode and effects analysis, to assess where things could go wrong, how likely they are, and what the consequences would be. Combine this with quantitative risk scoring and qualitative feedback from operational teams. Next, build a business continuity plan. This isn't just about having backups. It's about having intelligent, tested systems. Define critical processes and dependencies. Identify alternate suppliers. Develop emergency logistics protocols. Test your communication plans. Conduct scenario planning for worst-case events, natural disasters, political upheaval, cyber attacks. All these risks are interconnected. A disruption in one area can ripple across the entire value chain. Let's go deeper into antifragility. In his book, Taleb argues that we should design systems that gain from disorder. It's not enough to recover from a shock. We need to evolve through it. Think about how your immune system strengthens after exposure to a virus, or how muscles grow after micro tears from exercise. The key is to embrace volatility and use it as fuel for improvement. Resilience is reactive. It's about returning to a previous state. Antifragility is proactive. It's about adaptation and improvement. In supply chains, this means embracing uncertainty instead of avoiding it. Instead of rigid plans, we need flexible systems that can reconfigure on the fly. Instead of minimizing change, we need to learn from it. How do we build anti-fragile systems? Start with redundancy, but make it intelligent. Holding a bit more inventory isn't waste, it's insurance. Diversify your suppliers geographically. Invest in flexible production capabilities and shared capacity. Create digital twins of your supply chain to simulate responses to disruption. Encourage small, safe-to-fail experiments and rapid feedback loops. And build optionality. Always have multiple response paths. Now let's get tactical. Improve supply chain visibility using IoT and real-time dashboards. Enable nearshoring and reshoring to reduce geopolitical risk. Create flexible contracts that allow adjustments during disruption. Collaborate with strategic suppliers to share forecasts, risks, and plans. Buffer key inventories selectively, not everywhere, but where it matters most. Cross-train teams so they can fill gaps when roles are disrupted. Companies like Amazon, Zara, and Toyota show that antifragility works. Amazon scaled rapidly during COVID thanks to its infrastructure, but also due to its adaptable logistics. Zara thrives on short product cycles and local sourcing, which lets it respond to demand swings in real time. Toyota's just-in-time system failed during disasters, but they adapted, investing in buffer stock for critical parts and improving their supplier mapping. So how do you begin? First, assess your current state. What are your single points of failure? What risks are ignored? Then define your organization's risk appetite. How much volatility are you willing to absorb? Use resilience KPIs, supplier diversity index, recovery time, order fulfillment under stress. Begin with one product line or one facility. Pilot small anti-fragile practices and expand from there. Antifragility is not just about systems, it's about mindset. Create a culture of experimentation. Accept that small failures are learning tools. Build mechanisms to detect weak signals, small disruptions that hint at larger issues. Encourage teams to share lessons openly. Reward adaptability, not just efficiency. The most successful supply chains are those where innovation happens at every level, especially under pressure. Antifragility is not a buzzword, it's a necessity. In a volatile world, resilient supply chains recover. Antifragile ones improve. But here's the real insight. If you don't invest in resilience now, the next disruption will expose every weakness you ignored. Companies that treat crises as opportunities will leap ahead. Those that cling to old models will fall behind. So ask yourself, is your supply chain fragile, merely resilient, or truly antifragile? The choice will determine whether you struggle in the next disruption or grow stronger because of it. Subscribe to the channel, leave your comment, and check out the extra resources in the description. And stay tuned, the complete supply chain risk framework is coming soon.